Overweight today, chronic disease tomorrow. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and told yourself, it's just a little weight. It's fine. I'll deal with it later. You still go to work, live your life, laugh, and enjoy food. No pain, no illness, no clear warning signs. But the most dangerous thing about being overweight is that it doesn't hurt right away. It works silently, slowly, day by day. Then one morning, you walk into a clinic, not because of your weight, but because of high blood pressure, fatty liver, diabetes, joint pain, heart disease, or a chronic condition your doctor says has been developing for years. Not today, not yesterday, but long ago when your body first started gaining weight and you thought, it's not a big deal. This video isn't meant to scare you or shame you. It's meant to help you understand one powerful truth. Being overweight isn't just about appearance. Overweight today becomes chronic disease tomorrow. If you've gained weight, ignored it, or told yourself you'll fix it later, this message is for you. And if someone you love is going through this, it's for them too. Most people think excess weight just sits on the outside. Tight clothes, belly fat, low energy, discomfort in photos. But the truth is, excess weight lives inside your body. Inside your blood, your liver, your heart, your brain, and your cells. Every extra pound of fat isn't passive. It acts like a hormone-producing organ, releasing substances that increase inflammation, disrupt blood sugar, raise blood pressure, and slow metabolism. In other words, fat doesn't just sit there. It interferes with how your body functions every day. You don't feel it. You don't notice it. But your body is working harder just to stay balanced. Your heart pumps harder. Your liver processes more. Your pancreas releases more insulin. Your joints carry heavier loads. Your brain fights low-grade inflammation. And you still think, it's just a little extra weight. The real danger of being overweight isn't how it looks. The real danger is that it quietly opens the door to chronic disease, slowly, steadily, and often irreversibly. Not in weeks, not in months, but over years. And by the time symptoms appear, much of the damage has already been done. Start with the heart. Every extra pound forces your heart to pump harder to deliver oxygen throughout your body. Blood vessels stiffen. Blood pressure rises. Bad cholesterol builds up along artery walls. At first, you feel nothing. You live normally. But inside, your arteries are slowly narrowing, like pipes clogging over time. Then one day, you feel unusually tired, short of breath, or your heart races during light activity. Or worse, sudden chest pain. Your doctor tells you that you have high blood pressure, abnormal cholesterol, and higher risk of stroke and heart attack. And only then do you realize your weight has been preparing your body for this for years. Then there's type 2 diabetes, one of the strongest links between excess weight and chronic disease. As fat builds up, especially around the abdomen, your cells become resistant to insulin, meaning sugar can no longer move easily from your blood into your cells. Your body responds by producing more insulin just to keep blood sugar stable. At first, there are no clear symptoms. Maybe just more thirst, more frequent urination, fatigue, or slow healing. Most people ignore it, until one day blood tests reveal diabetes. Not starting today, not last month, but often 5 to 10 years in the making. Overweight today, diabetes tomorrow. Your liver is another silent victim. It can suffer serious damage without causing pain. One of the fastest growing conditions worldwide is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, closely linked to excess weight and lifestyle. When fat builds up in the liver, detoxification slows, metabolism worsens, and chronic inflammation begins. It may start as mild fatty liver, then progress to liver inflammation, fibrosis, and in some cases cirrhosis or liver cancer. What's frightening is that many people only discover fatty liver during routine checkups, after years of silent progression. Excess weight also affects the brain. Research shows that overweight increases inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. This is linked to reduced focus, memory decline, higher risk of depression and anxiety, and increased risk of cognitive decline later in life. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect your muscles and liver, it affects your brain's ability to use energy efficiently. Excess weight doesn't just slow your body. Over time, it slows your mind. Your joints pay a price too. Your knees, hips, ankles, and spine were designed to carry a certain load. With extra weight, every step puts more stress on joints, cartilage wears down faster, and arthritis develops earlier. It may begin as stiffness, soreness, or difficulty climbing stairs. Over time, it becomes chronic pain, reduced mobility, and lower quality of life. And a painful cycle begins. Pain leads to less movement leads to more weight gain, and more weight gain leads to more pain. Your hormones and reproductive health are affected as well. In women, excess weight is linked to irregular periods, fertility challenges, and pregnancy complications. In men, it's linked to lower testosterone and reduced sperm quality. In everyone, it leads to fatigue, metabolic imbalance, and reduced vitality. Many people seek help for hormone or fertility issues only to discover that long-term excess weight is a major underlying cause. Weight gain doesn't happen overnight, and neither does chronic disease. No one wakes up 10 kilos heavier. No one eats one meal and develops diabetes. No one skips one workout and gets heart disease. It happens gradually. One extra snack, one skipped walk, one late night, one stressful week, one I'll fix it later. Weight rises. Fat accumulates. Inflammation builds. Insulin resistance grows. Organs weaken. And then one day, disease appears. But by then, it's no longer tomorrow. It's today. The most dangerous part of excess weight isn't the number on the scale. It's that you get used to feeling unwell. You feel a little more tired, a little heavier, a little stiff, a little short of breath, and you assume it's age, stress, or life. But it isn't. Your body is sending signals. Quiet ones, slow ones. Until one day, a diagnosis forces your attention. And that's when many people realize being overweight was never just about appearance. But here's the most important truth. This future is not inevitable. Being overweight does not mean you are broken. It does not mean you have failed. And it does not mean chronic disease is guaranteed. What it means is that your body is asking for change, quietly, patiently, before the damage becomes permanent. The human body is remarkably resilient. When given the right support, it can heal, recover, and rebuild in ways that often surprise us. Blood sugar can stabilize. Blood pressure can fall. Fatty liver can reverse. Inflammation can decrease. Energy can return. Sleep can improve. Joint pain can lessen. And mental clarity can sharpen, sometimes within weeks, not years. But this only happens when action replaces delay. Most people wait for a diagnosis to take their health seriously. They wait for diabetes, heart disease, or severe joint pain to appear before changing habits. But the best time to act is long before illness begins, when your body is still strong enough to recover fully. You don't need to wait for a wake-up call. You can create one yourself. Let's talk honestly about weight loss. Not as punishment, not as obsession, not as extreme dieting, but as an act of self-respect. Healthy weight loss is not about starving, suffering, or hating your body into change. It's about learning how to nourish your body properly, move it consistently, rest it deeply, and treat it with patience instead of criticism. The first step is awareness. Most people don't realize how much ultra-processed food they consume daily. Foods high in sugar, refined carbohydrates, unhealthy fats, and additives that confuse hunger signals and promote fat storage. These foods hijack your brain's reward system, making you crave more even when your body doesn't need it. Over time, this leads to overeating, insulin resistance, and metabolic damage. Shifting toward whole, natural foods, vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, healthy fats, whole grains, isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Even small changes compound over time. Drinking more water, eating slower, adding fiber, reducing sugary drinks, cooking more at home. These habits may seem simple, but they reshape your metabolism, your gut health, and your appetite control. Movement is equally powerful, not as punishment for eating, but as medicine for the body. You don't need extreme workouts or gym memberships. Walking daily, stretching regularly, strength training a few times a week, or simply moving more throughout your day can dramatically improve insulin sensitivity, cardiovascular health, mood, and energy. The goal isn't exhaustion. The goal is consistency. Sleep and stress matter more than most people realize. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which promotes fat storage, especially around the abdomen. Poor sleep disrupts hunger hormones, increasing cravings and reducing self-control. You can eat well and exercise regularly, but without proper sleep and stress management, progress becomes harder. Health is not built in one area. It's built in systems. One of the greatest lies in modern culture is that motivation must come before action. In reality, action creates motivation. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need perfect discipline. You don't need confidence. You need a starting point. One small decision that proves to your brain that change is possible. One walk, one meal, one better choice, then another, then another. What matters most isn't speed, it's direction. Losing weight slowly and sustainably protects muscle mass, improves long-term success, and prevents metabolic rebound. A few kilograms lost gradually can lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce joint stress more than most people realize. You don't need dramatic transformation. You need steady progress. And let's talk about mindset. Your body is not your enemy. It's not broken. It's been doing its best with the environment and habits you've given it. Blame doesn't heal. Shame doesn't motivate. Self-respect does. When you choose healthier food, movement, rest, and boundaries, you're not punishing yourself. You're protecting yourself. If you've tried and failed before, that doesn't mean you can't succeed. It means your previous strategy didn't fit your life, your psychology, or your circumstances. Health isn't about willpower. It's about systems. When your environment supports healthy behavior, your behavior changes naturally. When your habits change, your body follows. And if you already live with chronic illness, this message still matters. Improvement is still possible. Even modest weight loss can reduce medication needs, improve symptoms, and slow disease progression. It's never too late to feel better than you do today. Progress doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Same habits, same weight, same lifestyle. What does your body feel like? What medications are you taking? What energy do you have? What freedom does your body give you or take from you? Now imagine another version of yourself. Not perfect, not extreme, but healthier, lighter, stronger, clearer, and more capable of enjoying life. That version of you is built one choice at a time, starting today. Being overweight today does not mean chronic disease tomorrow, unless nothing changes. But when change begins, so does healing. Your future body is not determined by your past habits. It is shaped by your next decision. And that decision doesn't have to be big. It just has to be now. Your health is not a deadline, it's a direction. And every step you take toward it, no matter how small, counts.